Hi, it's Mrs. Mallet, and right now what we're going to do is we're going to have operations now with scientific notation. Okay, so I know that you're looking at this and you're thinking, my God, how am I going to do this? It's purely easy. This is how you do it. First of all, multiply your numbers. So let's multiply our numbers completely. 8 times 7 is 56. Okay, we got that. Now, remember your product rule. When you multiply with the same base, you add your exponents together. Okay, so I have 56 times 10 to the, well, what's negative 6 plus 3? Right, negative 3. So I have 56 times 10 to the negative 3. Okay, now, what we want to do with this is that we want to put this into standard form. So we're going to go all the way down to standard form. Okay, so now my decimal is here at the end of the 6. Now because it's a negative 3 and we want to put this in standard form, that means you're going to have to move your decimal, because it's negative, that means to the left. So you're going to have to move your decimal to the left 3 spaces. So I have 56 and I move it 3 spaces to the left. 1, 2, and 3. So my final number is 0.056. Okay, let's try it again with another one. Let's do the next one I have here. First, multiply your numbers. 5 times 8 is 40. So 40 times 10 to the, well, now you want to combine your exponents. Negative 4 plus 6 is positive 2. So I have 40 times 10 to the positive 2. Okay, so now let's take this further because we want to go as low as we can. So if it's a positive 2 exponent, that means you're going to move your decimal to the right 2 spaces. So now I'm going to have 40 and move it to the right. There's 1 and add another one. 2. 1, 2. So now when I rewrite this, my number is now 4,000 because I moved it to the right 2 spaces. So this is when you're multiplying. But what about if you're dividing? How do you do that too? Well, let's do that one. It works the exact same way. First, let's divide your numbers. Okay, so 25 divided by 5 is 5. Right. So now I have 5 times 10 to the. Okay, so remember your quotient rule. Your quotient rule states that you keep your base and you subtract your exponents. So I'm going to write up here what we're looking at. We're looking at negative 4 minus negative 9. Okay, so now when you have 2 negatives here, they become a positive. 2 negatives here become a positive. So now you're looking at negative 4 plus 9. So what is that? You're right. It's a positive 5. So now I have 5 times 10 to the 5th power. And so now let's expand that out and get that into standard form. So that means I'm going to move my decimal to the right 5 spaces. So I have 5 and let's go to the right. Here's my decimal. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let me rewrite the number. We have 500,000. All right, don't worry. We'll do one more. Let's do one more. Let's do 36 times 10 to the 3 over 9 times 10 to the 4. Okay, so let's do this one. So you work with your numbers. So 36 divided by 9 is 4. So I have 4 times 10 to the. Now subtract your exponents. And when you subtract your exponents, you're looking at 3 minus 4 when you subtract your exponents. And that's a negative 1. Okay, so that means that you're going to move your decimal 1 space to the left because it's a negative exponent. So instead of it being right here in front, it's going to go right here. So your final answer is going to be 0.4. So we just multiplied and divided using scientific notation. Make sure that you pay attention to when you multiply or divide where your decimal is, but before you start moving it either left or right, depending upon if your exponent is a negative or a positive. Okay? Good job.